Well, hello there. Hello. Maybe I need some light. I'll turn this light on real quick. Alright, it still didn't help. Whatever. Okay. So, today, I'm going to address the books that led me to demonic magic. It wasn't so much as leading me to Lucifer, because I had already called on him and was looking for him. But these books led me to want to get closer to the Legion. Outside of me practicing hoodoo when I was in my late 20s, I had already knew via research how to activate sigils, creating my own sigils and learning how to activate them and how to read my own energy by standing in the mirror and just looking at my aura and reading my own energy. Helped me out, with summoning demons or activating their sigils. So enough about that. So the very first books that I read on my journey to finding out more about dark magic was the Greater and Lesser Keys of Solomon, the Testament of Solomon, or the Goatia, also the Clavicula of Solomon, or Lemegeton. I hope I'm saying that right. So the Greater and Lesser Keys of Solomon, the Testament of Solomon, the Goatia, and the Clavicula of Solomon, or also known as the Lemegeton. Pronunciations. And the Ars Goatia. So all of those books together make up one huge book. It's all one book. It's all one big book that has been over the centuries divided into a bunch of books and scattered. They're all separated now. You're not going to find that one big book original anywhere. It's it's being kept somewhere. But the Greater and Lesser Keys of Solomon, the Testament of Solomon, the Goatia, the Clavicula of Solomon, or the Lemegeton, and the Ars Goatia are the books that helped me get to know who the demons are. In other words, their names. I have a story. I got a story about every damn thing. I got a story behind this particular sigil. This is Lucifer's ancient sigil that comes out of the Grimorium Verum. The Grimorium Verum that was written back in 1817. Let's move on though. The Codex Magica is another book that goes into detail about Illuminati symbols, symbolisms, and all of those things. I think that was written by Aleister Crowley. And that gave me a lot more knowledge of the symbolism that was going on in a lot of the videos. And it took me a little bit to pick up on it, because I was the religious background that I was, still brainwashed in. I didn't readily pick it up until I started, thinking more freely and being more open-minded to the world around me and what was going on. So the more I kept hearing about Illuminati this and Illuminati that, and the evil eye and the eye of Horus and the pyramid and the dollars and all of that, the more curious I became about what was going on around me that was hidden in plain sight and I didn't know anything about. So I started reading the Codex Magica. I skimmed through the Greater and Lesser Keys of Solomon, trying to understand who and what the demons are. What are those? Who are they? What are they about? The Testament and the Goatia, the Clavicula of Solomon, and the Ars Goatia. That was just to get some background on demon names and who they are, what they do. At that time I didn't, really too much take it seriously, because I was practicing hoodoo and, you know, some Wicca. I was doing all of that, you know, mixing all kinds of magic, dabbling in stuff. It worked for me, but it wasn't the right way to go, especially if you were looking for Lucifer himself. And so, the Codex Magica gives you a lot of symbolism understanding and a lot of ritual understanding of what is going on around you in this world today. The Egyptian Book of the Dead I read that, you know, it was more or less how the gods in the ethereal realm get back and forth and do things, you know, on their terms and on their time. And that's what I got from it, and how they handle themselves. The Grand Grimoire, I read about that. That's also ceremonial magic. It's pretty decent. It's good, you know, if you're looking for background knowledge on how they practice their magic back then in that day and age, you know, in that time. But during this time, it's completely different. It's nothing ancient going on. It's all modernized. It's all change, constant change. So demons like to keep up with what's going on in the world. You know, they like to keep up with the age, you know. They like to fit into modern society. Also, I read, the Grand Grimoire, or the Red Dragon. You'll find it online, but you're not going to find the original. No, you're not going to find the original Grand Grimoire. You'll find maybe some excerpts of it, partial, but you're never going to find the whole. And it's for a good reason. The Necronomicon. I said it right this time. I said it right. The Necronomicon. Oh, shit. I said it right. Or no, I didn't. The Necronomicon. Oh, shit. Who gives a shit? The Necronomicon. Y'all know. Look it up. Google it. The Book of Black Magic and Ceremonial Magic by author Edward Waite, or the same guy that created the Rider-Waite tarot cards. Those are the tarot cards that I love to use. I love me some Rider-Waite. I love his tarot card deck. I love the Book of Black Magic and Ceremonial Magic. Talks about demons and how to summon them as well. Back during that time, this time is completely different. You're not going to have the same tools and access to the same resources as they would now, then as you would now, because now you gotta pay for every fucking thing. Back then, the only thing you had to do was build you an axe made out of some stone, maybe some grass or some twine or something, and a log, and just chop away and get everything you need and dig for it with no problem. But nowadays, you can't dig or chop down trees or anything without, you know, the go-ahead from the government. So all of these books are now not relevant for this day and age, but are relevant for learning more about the Legion, about magic, period, and about how they work and how to summon them, you know. But there's always a better way to summon them that fits into this day and age and in this time. You know, this is not the ancient days where you had to, you know, literally run from wolves and bears and everything. You don't got to do none of that now. Now you got to pay attention before you cross the street so your ass don't get hit by no car. It's a completely different day and age, a different era. So demons like to keep up with the times. So if you have not viewed my comprehensive, easy peasy demonic summoning video, please do so. If you are wanting to work with the Legion the simplest way possible, because they like to keep it simple. They're not all complicated or anything like people think. They're not evil. And another book that I read was the Grimorium Verum, written in 1817. And this is where when I first read the Grimorium Verum, I noticed this this sigil pop out at me. As you notice, this is Lucifer right here. That's Clownneck, and that's Lucifer's. This whole thing is supposedly Lucifer's ancient sigil as a whole, with Clownneck being right next to Lucifer as best friends. You see what I'm saying? A little bit of Clownneck, a little bit of Lucifer makes up this thing right here, supposedly. And that's the ancient Lucifer sigil. But when I first read the Grimorium Verum, I was introduced to Clownneck through here. So what happened was, I read that book, the Grimorium Verum, and I read it again, and I read it again, and I read it again. You know, and they tell you to make all kinds of magic wands and whatnot in there. You know, you can't do that nowadays because you can't be going chopping down nobody's trees, or you'll get fined by the government, by the city, municipal fines or whatever. You can probably pick some sticks up and make some shit out of it, or order you some offline now. It's ridiculous. Money, right? So with that particular sigil, that's how I got introduced to Clownneck fully. I read the book and I kept repeatedly reading it so I could understand what was going on. But what made it so much more real was, one night I was asleep. I was dead asleep. Everybody in the house was asleep. This was back in 2019, 2020-ish, close to 2020, more along the lines of mid to late 2019. I was asleep. And I woke up. Eyes just popped open. The whole room was dark, but in front of me was red. I looked around and everything was dark, but this front part of me, you know, what I was facing when I woke up was red. And this sigil right here started to write itself right in front of my face. Right in front of my face. This was when I was renewing and rebuilding my relationship with Lucifer, you know. And then I took that same sigil and I drew it in a notebook. And I posted it on Facebook, and I said, this sigil drew itself in front of me. What does that mean? Because at the time nothing was making sense to me at that time. Nothing was clear. No, the puzzle pieces wasn't fitting together. You know, I didn't realize that Lucifer had been calling me this whole time, which was why I was reading all these books about demons in the first place. He was like, hey, you're not a hoodoo priestess. You're not none of that. You are something else. So while practicing voodoo and hoodoo and some voodoo, I was practicing a little bit of both. I was practicing a little bit of everything. When I think about it, I was doing voodoo. I was even practicing a little bit of Santeria with the Santísima Muerte, honey. I was doing it all. So I'm well versed in, you know, different areas of magic. How to summon, you know, different spirits and different aspects of spirits like Oshun and Papa Legba, and I know how to work with the Orisha. I know how to do all of that. It just comes natural. It's in my blood. I can't get rid of it. So anyway, these are the books that I read to get me to where I am today with the help of Lucifer. But I'm going to be doing a video later about Clownneck. But this is how I was introduced to Clownneck. I learned from the Grimorium Verum that Clownneck is the best friend of Lucifer. Clownneck and Lucifer are buddies. They're like best freaking friends. So if you're in good with Lucifer, you know, and you're in good with Clownneck, you straight. because they're best friends. You know what I'm saying? Just stay on the good side. Don't be disrespectful and anything like that. You know. But that's about it. You know, these are the books that I read to teach me about the Legion and to help me to get a better understanding of what they do. It wasn't until mid to late 2019 when I started officially summoning demons. Back in 2019. I did evocation every day that I got a chance to, you know. But I'm going to do my very first evocation, with the exception of Lucifer. You cannot do an evocation with Lucifer. My very first evocation was with Cloudneck. And that has got to be one of the best and most memorable evocations that I have ever had. The second evocation I did was with B-May. And I just did B-May, I think sometime last week or this past weekend. Y'all be so busy. I got stuff to do after this. I'm going to try to fit this Cloudneck, this video for Cloudneck in, and I want to get it done today. So I can give y'all my experience with him. So yeah. Now remember, it's the greater and lesser keys of Solomon, the Testament of Solomon, the Goatia, the Clavicula or Clavicula of Solomon, or the Lemegeton, the Ars Goatia, Codex Magica, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Grand Grimoire, or the Red Dragon, which also has a lot of ceremonial magic in that when I think about it. The Grand Grimoire has a bunch of demons in there, but see, I don't know their status or their rank yet. I'm still learning, so I can't tell y'all too much. I can only go based off my own personal experience. When it's time for me to poke my nose around the other demons, then that's what I'll be doing. But right now, the Grand Grimoire, the Red Dragon, has some excerpts around the internet that will help you understand more about ceremonial magic. It has a ton of different demons in there that'll help you with different things. But I say get to know Lucifer first, like I did, before you just haul off and go to a demon, because it is his legion. That's his territory, so it's best to go and get in, where you fit in with Lucifer. Get to know him better first before you start hauling your ass to the Legion, because you know how it is when you want somebody else's turf. When I'm going to be real straight gangster, when you in somebody else's hood and you ain't from that hood, what they do? They want to know who the fuck you are, where you come from, and what do you want. We don't know you. So it's gonna, come on, be real. Next is the Ars Goatia, the Codex Magica, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Grand Grimoire, the Necronomicon, the Necromoic, whatever, look it up. The Book of Black Magic and Ceremonial Magic by author Edward Waite, and the Grimorium Verum, written in 1817. So yeah, those are the books that I have read to help me to get a better understanding and a knowledge of symbolism, dark magic, demons, Lucifer. Lucifer's not written in any books. You're not gonna find Lucifer in no books, and I had to learn that the hard way. Lucifer he's already there. All you have to do is call his name and then start talking, with a black candle and some blood, and that's it. Start talking. That's how I started getting close to him. The day that I called his name and told him help me and get me away from that man, I worshiped him the rest of my life. Now I'm here. So, yeah. those are the books that I have read to help me understand better, about dark magic and things of that nature. But I hope that you guys have a marvelous rest of your day, and good luck on your journey. Don't let nobody piss you off. If they do, you better start talking to Lucifer about it and put your projections up and worry about your own damn life and not everybody else's. Keep your nose out everybody else's business, because I know you don't want nobody in yours. So yeah, that's like the pot calling the kettle black. Don't talk about it, be about it. Ain't that what they say? Well, all right then, y'all. I hope that I helped somebody get a better understanding of what to read. And yeah. Y'all have a groovy day. Hail Cloudneck, hail Lucifer, hail Legion. Peace.